Hi YouTube, Perty364 back with another Monopoly review. It was my birthday this past weekend and I was given two Monopolies for my birthday. One being the Wizard of Oz that you can see in front of you now. This is the first Wizard of Oz edition released, I believe, by USAopoly. And I was also given the Las Vegas Monopoly. It was either the second or third Vegas Monopoly that was released. But anyway, so today we're going to look at the Wizard of Oz Collector's Edition. So you can see on the front of the box there, it's got all the characters from the film, so the Lion, the Tin Man, Dorothy in the middle, and the Scarecrow on the edge. I don't think Toto's on there anyway. And then it says down there you've got 6 collectible pewter tokens, you've got the old school Monopoly logo there, and then the edge is pretty standard, so just 2 to 6 players, Monopoly, the Wizard of Oz, property trading game, and it's the same on all edges. So I'll have a quick look at the back of the box. So you've got standard Monopoly logo up there, and we've got the Wizard of Oz Collector's Edition. You've reached the intersection where Park Place crosses the yellow brick road. The light has just turned emerald green, so get ready to enjoy excitement and adventure in the land of Oz. You'll know you're not in Kansas anymore. Monopoly is the world's best loved board game, and the Wizard of Oz has been thrilling kids and adults worldwide ever since its release in 1939. You don't have to have a house fall on you to know that the blending of these timeless classics will mean hours of fun for you, your friends and your family. All you need is brains, courage, a little heart, and oh yes, a sensible pair of ruby slippers. So grab your friends and family, click your heels 3 times and return to the magical land of Oz. So this is slightly older than most of my other ones. It's 1998 copyright, so it's pretty old. And it doesn't have the standard square at the back of the box where it shows you all the unique pieces, the unique parts of the game, but it does have all the pewter pieces there. And then it tells you game includes game board, property cards, play money and banker's tray, 2 dice, 6 Wizard of Oz tokens, good witch cards, bad witch cards, package of farmhouses, a package of Emerald City palaces. And then if we look over here, you've got the barcode there for anyone interested, and we've got the standard image of the board, so you can see that the board is set up there with the bad witch cards, good witch cards, money out at the side, and the properties and houses and the farmhouses and Emerald City palaces instead of houses and hotels. Okay, so let's take the lid off and we'll have a look. Nothing on the edges on the inside. In fact, doesn't even have the USAopoly website written on the side. So nothing of interest there. So let's grab the instructions here. So prepare yourself for frantic competition in a fancy world where, as in the land of Oz, some things are familiar and others are strangely different. While the object and rules of this collector's edition Monopoly are the same as in the classic version, many other elements are adapted from the timeless film, The Wizard of Oz. As you read the following pages, you will be refreshed on the object and rules of Monopoly, and you will be introduced to the new features included in this collector's edition. So this is just one of the standard black and white instruction booklets. Tells you all what's standard and what's new, or what's different rather. And on the back there's an image of a heart, I imagine a diploma meaning brains, medal meaning courage, and ruby slippers. And again you can see it's copyright 1998. Okay, so if we have a look at the board, you've got a standard Go Square, starting Anti-M's Farm, Bad Witch, Kansas, Tornado Insurance, that's 10% or 200. There's a brain, so there's the diploma. That's instead of the stations, we've got a brain, a heart, courage, and a way home. And then carrying on with the properties, you've got the rainbow, and there's a good witch space, and you've got Munchkin Land, Glinda's Bubble, standard in jail, Scarecrow's Cornfield, Electric Company, and then the Woodman's Tin Man's Woodpile, and the Cowardly Lion's Lair. Got the heart, as I said. We've got the Apple Orchard, the Land of Oz, Poppy Field, all classic places from the Wizard of Oz. Wicked Witch Corner, Haunted Forest, Monkey Mountain, Witch's Castle, Guards Quarters, Waterworks, or I'm Melting, Glinda Gardens. Then you've got Emerald City, very fitting in the green section, the Wizard's Hall, Balloon Central, Ruby Slippers Way, that's standard luxury tax, and Home Sweet Home. And then we've got a nice image in the centre of the board there of the 4 characters from the Wizard of Oz on the yellow brick road. And obviously you've got your space for the Bad Witch cards and the Good Witch cards, and the Monopoly logo in the middle there. Okay, so looking at the property cards, they're pretty standard cards, as I said, farmhouses and palaces. Nothing exciting on the back. Card must be turned this side up if property is mortgaged, and no watermarks or anything on the front, so that's all fairly standard. Let's look at the stations. So they've got the name of the character up there that this relates to, so Scarecrow, a brain, Tin Man, a heart, the Lion, courage, and Dorothy, away home. And then it's still Electric Company and Waterworks, but Electric Company is to do with the slippers apparently, and the Waterworks is obviously I'm Melting, so when the witch melts. Right, so we have got Good Witch and Bad Witch cards, which are on yellow background, so presumably meaning the yellow brick road, and they're also yellow on the inside as well. So here we go, here's a, oh, they've still got, that's interesting actually. So the cards still have Community Chest and yeah, Chance written on, despite the fact that they're Good Witch and Bad Witch. So this is, as I say, one of the older games, so it's probably to do with that, and probably hadn't thought about it at the time. So anyway, Community Chest or Bad Witch. Go to jail, go directly to jail, do not pass go, do not collect 200. Okay, so that's not very themed. Here we go. As the honorary mayor of Emerald City, you marry a happy couple. Receive for services $25. Your house drops on the Wicked Witch of the East. Collect $100. So that's the Bad Witch. Let's have a look at one of the Good Witch cards. One that hopefully has a there's a picture of the Cowardly Lion. You escape the flying monkeys. Collect $50. And then, I shouldn't have probably mentioned this, this is very much a replica of the front of the box, so nothing overly exciting there. Your houses, or farmhouses, are sort of a greyish colour, and the hotels are more of an emerald green. And then looking at the money, we have Toto on the ones. Oh, they're bricks instead of pounds apparently. So we've got Toto on the ones, the Wicked Witch on the 5s, Glinda, the Good Witch on the 10s. I am just going to ignore that phone, by the way, someone will. Scarecrow on the 20s, Tin Man on the 50s, Lion on the 100s, and Dorothy on the 500s. So let's pop those back in there. And finally, well, not quite finally, standard white and black dice. Now finally, we've got the playing pieces, which I think are really nice and really well moulded or designed, or whatever the word is. But we've got the lion. It's not written on the front, but if you probably can't see, but it kind of looks like they're stood on, they're on bricks. But anyway, yeah, so that's the line. These are really cool because these are actually based on the other people that played these characters. So we've got Dorothy and Toto. That's gonna, don't know if that's gonna come into focus, but Dorothy and Toto again looking like they're on bricks. We've got the Scarecrow, Tin Man. We have got ruby slippers. Oh, get them the right way up. And finally, I quite like this one. We've got the tornado with the house in it. So there's the house there, the tornado. So yeah, I've been after this one for quite a while because it is relatively old and difficult to get a hold of. So I was pleased to get it. And it looks really fun, despite the community chest and chance still being written on the cards. And obviously it's still Electric Company and Waterworks. But as I say, I think this is one of the older ones. I think a lot of the older ones still retained more of the original Monopoly themes, such as chance, community chest, and the images and that sort of thing. But yeah, I would definitely recommend going and buying this. If you want something more up to date, last year they brought out the Wizard of Oz 75th Anniversary Edition, and they did do a reprint of this one a few years back. The 75th Anniversary Edition has a pop-up castle in the middle of it, an Emerald City castle type thing, so that's quite cool. I wouldn't mind getting that, but I think the other one is a direct replica of this. But anyway, it's been a fairly quick review, I would say, and probably not as in-depth as I could have done, but thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next video.